haven't met me yet, my name is Adriana Villaloz. And we've been coming to Word of Life probably, almost a year now? Close to a year now?
More than 4 months.
Yeah, more than a day. But anyway, this church was my first church when I first came to Kansas. That was about 16, 17 years ago. So I know that God brought us back here. I mean, I say us because now I'm back with my whole family. I could start off by saying my life has always been blessed, no matter what I'm going through. Because maybe there was days I said, where is God? Because I don't see him through this. But he's always blessed me through the whole entire thing. I was born into a Christian home, so a lot of people could say, oh, well, that's why, you know. But actually, no. I did accept Christ at a very young age. I was 7 years old, and I was very mature for my age. I'm the youngest of 5 kids, but my mom waited 13 years to have me. So basically, I was the only child after all my brothers and sisters got married, and I was stuck with adults most of my life. So I learned a lot of things ahead of time, and one of those things was to always trust God. I'm very blessed to have parents that always, through my life, really encourage that. But you still go into a really crazy life when you get out of your parents' hold, you know. Since the day I accepted God, I always prayed a very simple prayer. And for me, I guess at that point, it was everything that would come to my mind because I was a little kid. But I still remember praying that prayer when everybody was at the altar, and I would just repeat and repeat over and over, use me, do whatever you want, just use me. I didn't know what it meant, but that's all that came to my mind. Well, he did. He started using me. And there was times that I felt used, but I felt used by others. Like I felt like, man, these people are just draining me out. What's going on? And I complained, you know, but then I knew and I realized that I was the instrument in their lives for a while, in my friends' lives and in my family's lives sometimes. And God used me to help them through different situations, you know. Even as a young girl, I remember there's times I would counsel girls my age, and they would come to me with their issues, and I was like, why are you asking me about this? I haven't even had a boyfriend yet, you know, things like that. But I would push them through it in a way that, you know, I didn't even know what I was doing. But I think because of that maturity, I grew up to think, you know, okay, I'm ready for something more. I got married at a very young age. I was 16 when I got married. That was very crazy. Don't do that.
I think we're all safe here.
Yeah.
Well, possibly not.
Don't go back and get married at 16. Tell your kids.
Is he under 16?
Who's next?
Dakota's 15.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yes. And 10 years through that, I had 3 wonderful children, which were great blessings, are still great blessings in my life. But I still tell you, don't start that. Then 12 years into that marriage, my life, my hopes, my dreams, and my expectations of the life that God had for me, and in my ministry, mentally I thought my ministry was shattered. God has always told me very straight out, this is what I need you to do, and there's no buts or whatever, so I do it. And through this struggle of me having to let go of this marriage, I don't want to go through details because, like LaDonna said, if you're a woman, you know what I'm talking about. But it was very shameful for me to become a divorced woman in the eyes not only of people but in the eyes of God. For me, it was something that was like the last little string I wanted to let go of. I let go of my pride, I let go of, I don't know, everything else that makes you a woman. But I didn't want to let go of that last string because I thought if I let go of this marriage, I'm going to be looked at as something not capable of ministering again. I lived 3 years ashamed about what had happened to me, trying to hide and not be around people that knew me when I was married. You know, before I was divorced, I struggled through this big change in my life and not really asking God for direction because I felt shamed. I think for those 3 years, I didn't really pray. I just basically let go of, not of my faith in God, but I just let go of myself.
Was it like a failure?
Yeah. I just felt I had no faith to go and ask God for anything now because I failed, you know. I hit really big downfalls through those 3 years. And in my spiritual life, I would say I was totally empty. But God never left me at that point. He would supply and bless me through that whole process. But I couldn't see it because when you're going through that, it's just one of those blindfolds on you and you just can't go through it without, you know, really looking at the whole picture. I was called to the ministry, like I told you, in a very, very young age. I was about 12 years old when God clearly spoke to my life and said, you will minister for me and I need you to be strong. But because of the wrong choices I made, it always led me away from that calling. I finally gave up one night and I told God, if you still need me,
Wow.
and you want to, again I said, use me, I'm still available. I know I'm not as pure and holy as I once were when I was 12 years old, but do what you can with what I have, or do what you can with what's left.
I like that prayer.
You can tell I worked with preschool, okay? I got a worker. 3 months later, after I prayed that, I met my now husband, Israel. I was not looking for a relationship because through those 3 years, believe me, I was out there. I was like, okay, all right, I'm single again. Here we go. I felt like I had to be out there. If I actually had to get another man in my life, I had to expose myself, you know, be online dating and all the crazy stuff. Don't do it either. I was not looking for a relationship at that point. I just wanted to meet new people and learn how to be single again. But God had other plans because he wasn't looking for a relationship. It took him 3 months to respond to my friend request on Facebook. So we fell in love, and in 6 months into our relationship, we decided to get married, which is crazy. But
Don't do that either.
Do that. She's saying do that, he's saying that.
It's been 2 years now. We recently had our 2-year anniversary, and God has really showed us where we both need to be spiritually, and he has begun again the work, and not just in me. It's been an us thing now. So now I feel like a backup, like I could fall and he'll be there to pick me up. I made a very bold and scary statement about 7 months ago when we were in a Visalis meeting over there. When, I don't remember the lady's name.
Robin.
Okay, she came, before she even stood up, Derry was talking, and he was asking everybody, what do you want God to do for you this year?
I've heard many people talk about that day, yes.
And so a bunch of people started getting up, and I was like, whoa, that was bold. You know, like I would see everybody else say stuff. And God was just hitting me. I mean, he was like smacking me, like, get up, because we're going to do this. And I said, me and my husband will be doing full-time ministry by the end of the year, which is 2013. The year's not over yet. But ever since that day, God has been revealing to us, to both of us, and showing us ways he needs us to work for him. I've been truly blessed by this group, by this M.O.S.E.S group. In every meeting, it's like I learned things that in 30-something years that I've been in church, you know, since I was a baby, I haven't learned.
Amen.
Amen.
That's
You
right.
know, and ways of just using the Bible, and ways of communicating with God, and ways to hear God move in my life. And I have learned, and I believe there's a true and strong move of God through this group. And I'm excited because I get to be part of it. This year, the Lord has been testing our faith a lot in giving. I gotta be honest with you, through those long, you know, processes of church, I wasn't really a giver, you know. Yeah, I would pay my tithe and things like that, but I was never, you know, asked to give more. But I never thought I was. You know? To the point that we have to give, me and my husband have to give until we have nothing in our pocket. And I don't want to go into details, like I said, because I know it'll take like 40 more minutes. But, I mean, it has been to the point that me and Israel walk out of the building and we have nothing in our pocket. And I sometimes feel like, why? Seriously, why are you doing this to us? I'm coming to the point that we have been asked for our assets at this point. Things that I guess would mean stuff to us because, you know, you pay money for your assets. You pay money for your cars, your car, your clothes, and you're like, I like these shoes. And I'm excited. Really, I am. At first I was worried because I didn't know if I could go through that. I'm excited because this means that we are about to step into something totally new and overwhelming, because it's a total new way of serving God and serving people. It's not just coming to church and sitting there and expecting for you to come out with something different. I mean, I don't expect that anymore. I just want to come, and I can truly say that today, with a firm and a willing heart, I can really say, God, use me. You know, it doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter how, even if I don't have it, just take it before I have it. If I'm supposed to get a new car tomorrow, I don't want it. Give it to somebody else, you know? And I saw this little phrase on Pinterest the other day, and it kind of hit me, but not really till I saw how my failures really consumed my whole entire young life. And now I can say I will not let the fear of my failures consume me. I will live out my calling.
Amen.
And that's what I want to leave you with.